Raspberry. Kirk gooseberry cross. More black raspberries. Potato onion harvest out of main crop garden number 1. These were the earliest ones that I planted. And I got a garlic here too. And I do have something of significance to report. These larger ones were growing a little bit higher in the soil profile, and they grew quite large. These are large for potato onions. You can see how they're splayed out. They're able to splay themselves out. Like, here's a really good representative. See this? How they're able to splay out outwards, away from each other. Here, they were buried deeper, and the soil profile was a little harder for them to splay out, so they stayed small. I've had a lot of small ones in the recent past, and here, that's why. I will soon conclude that spooning potato onions and shallots also works to grow them larger. I've got an experiment in one of the back pocket gardens that could show that, because I spooned some potato onions right next to ones I didn't. And then I made a mistake. I grabbed the fennel and pulled it out, but that's okay. I'm going to eat it. Another day, another bowl of black raspberries. It's only going to get better from here the next week. The commercial grade is just kicking in. We are at the black raspberry patch's finest hour of the season. Look at that. It's a very large bowlful. We've already got over 2 gallons in the freezer, mostly of 2 other varieties. This one here is what I call, this is the third one, the commercial grade. And by the time we're done, it's going to be over 3 gallons, and that's out of mostly 8 10-foot rows. The black raspberry patch. And I do have some scattered canes around. Basically are experiments to find out what they like to grow with, or what likes to grow with them. And these in particular, they are under the canopy of a black walnut grove. And that should tell you a lot about the preciousness of these berries. This is interesting here. This is a grapevine, and it's growing this. I've never seen this before. Huh. He's got grapes right up here. I'm about to pick black raspberries, and I've had it already where I was picking honeyberries, and this bird sat and watched me pick them, and then it came in and started picking them and eating them. From then on, I had to cage the honeyberries. So I'm not going to make the same mistake. Oh, what is it, flicker or something? I don't see that bird around here too often. Oh, there's a second one right there. Well, these pristine apples are telling me they're ripe. They're falling off. Maybe there's something eating on one. Okay, well, we'll have to get a pail back here and pick those too. Pristine apple take. I have a lot more, but most of them are damaged. I'll save those for something else. And here's a couple pristines that were in Japanese apple bags. They're going to be very light complected. excuse me, generally they're sweeter. The dividing line between two different varieties of gooseberries are ground cherries. I'll tell you what, I can't eat another gooseberry. They are very astringent. These two varieties anyway. I ate a whole bunch of captivators. Those are sweet. But one is called Hinanaki Red, and no, I don't remember what the other one is. They're astringent. I'll freeze them, and I'll eat a couple of them in the wintertime at a time. I'll eat enough to say, okay, I need some variety, and then once I eat them, and my lips pucker up, then I'll forget about them for a couple weeks. I am eating double-digit types of food every day, and oftentimes it's more than 20. And of course you count all the leaves that I pick, so all that counts as a separate item as well. But these are items that I picked just now. Those are from butternut squash. You can see the squash starting to form. Those tips are edible. Tomatoes, these are corms from elephant garlic. This is in a cherry leaf. Beans, peas, onions, cucumbers, chervil, ground cherries, celery, a rutabaga, and a beet. Of course, the rutabaga and the beet leaves are edible. So, I'm learning how to do a little bit of everything. Much unlike how I was raised on 3 items a meal. And of course now, with the convenience, my wife does 2 items a meal. But no longer, I do my own though. I'm picking Raspberries. Not a prolific crop, but a very healthy berry that adds to the diversity in my diet. The way I understand it now, the healthiest people eat more than 30 different food items a day. So I'm now going to work on that. There's a nice branch right there. A bowl of Raspberries. I'll probably get another bowl about that size. Not too bad. Diversity is good. Of course, a couple of kiwis on the top. They're coming. They're coming in. The last of the imperial white currants. Next up is champagne, and then the black ones. These are champagne currants. Champagne currants. Higher astringency than the imperial white currants. Pucker power.